As elected representatives, our first responsibility is to the citizens, in my opinion. A lot of people have invested a lot of time into this process, and I feel that we are duty bound to be transparent and accountable and provide a straightforward answer. As has already been mentioned, some have expressed the opinion that for us to make an appointment is inserting politics into this November's election. And I would counter that argument that for us not to make an appointment is equally inserting politics into this November's election. The voters of District 4 will make their choice in November, regardless of what our board decides tonight. It is not my job to second guess the electorate. It is my job, in my opinion, to provide a full-strength board for the remaining 8 months of Mrs. Clintern's term and a voice for the citizens of District 4. I think it is incredibly disrespectful to the 3 qualified candidates who have jumped through all the hoops we put out there for them and offered themselves as a representative to now decide that we're just going to leave the seat vacant and do nothing. The wording of the Virginia Code is that the board may make an appointment, therefore not actually requiring any action on our part. The code also allows that the circuit court judge may make an appointment if we choose not to act. However, I believe the spirit of the law indicates that providing a representative, if a qualified applicant is available, is the ethically correct choice. Therefore, it is my contention that tonight we should make an appointment.
Thank you, Ms. Dawson. As always, very eloquent. This has been a tough one. This one has weighed on me, back and forth, and I don't disagree with a lot of what Ms. Dawson said. There was a number of things, there was a few things I disagreed with, but in jest, I want to first apologize if my opinion on this matter has been disrespectful to the 3 candidates. That was not my intent in any way, shape, or form, was to be disrespectful to them or their time. As we continue to go through this process, we can argue back and forth in politics. Whether it's politics, it's not politics. You know, I say to a number of my board members a lot, I like to operate and deal in reality. This is the reality that we live in. Politics are in everything we do and everything we say. When members of this board say things, people listen, period. That being said, I find it disrespectful to forego the voters of District 4 and us to put our finger on the scale. And again, I'll have, Mr. Weibel was spot on. My father used to say to me quite often, a third of the people are going to agree with you, a third of the people are going to disagree with you, and a third of the people just don't care. That being said, we are close to the election. I do not want the school board used as a campaign prop, and I believe that it will. I hope I would be wrong, but that being said, that is where I stand. I will advocate to leave the seat vacant and allow the voters of District 4 to make their decision. Thank you.
I would say this definitely has been a difficult process and decision. Honestly, I worked in public schools for about 17 years, 15 plus years in administration, and I've never seen anything like the politics that go on in this county, in this school district. So I didn't really realize that when I first started to run. I didn't realize how divided we are. I choose to let District 4 constituents pick their own representative to the board.
Again, I wanna apologize for not being here last week. Thank you, everyone, for your thoughts. We have three well-spoken, nice, beautiful resumes as far as what we've seen from the candidates that, we've interviewed. A lot of them bring something different to the table. We ultimately, as a board, having four board members currently and not having a fifth member to, God forbid, there's a scenario where something needs to pass or doesn't need to pass, and we come to a stalemate. I personally don't wanna risk that. I feel that appointing somebody, now, my biggest concern is that we have the beginning of the school year, which is a lot of information that goes on, a lot of stuff has to happen at the beginning of the school year, and only having four board members to do that, I feel that the fifth board member would be beneficial, especially in that time. So, I personally feel that we should fill the seat, but again, here we are, 2-2. So I guess we will, someone like to bring a motion to elect or not elect? I'll let that up to you. We could simplify it, make the motion to, fill the seat for District 4, something simple. Does that make sense?
Well, if we're at a stalemate,
We are, but we still have to have a vote.
Good time for lack of.
Then I will make a motion that we fill the District 4 vacancy.
I will second. All those in favor by saying aye? All opposed?
nay.
Motion fails. Thank you all. We'll move on to, we will have a statement released. Unfortunately, at this time, we will not be filling the seat for the District 4 representative. I apologize to the candidates that took their time to come out and interview with us. We appreciate it very much. And thank you, Byron, for going through hoops to rebuild our schedule and rebuild it again and again and again. And Dr. Hornick, thank you for your time as well.
Yes, ma'am, thank you.
Thank you, everybody that came out to speak on their, the interim's behalf. I just want to, again, thank you and appreciate all of you.
Well, we wish, 2 of the 3 candidates have already said that they're running for office, and we wish them well.
All right, I will move on to, number 12, board member comments. I do have a future agenda item I would like to bring forward regarding the schedule